What's up guys, welcome back to Easy Life Productions with me Greg
and Teo. What's up guys?
So today we've got a cool video for you. Studio Sounds, this really cool loops and sample pack company, reached out to us and they asked us to make a video using one of their sample packs.
So the sample pack is called Gramophone and it's a neo soul pack mainly, so they knew that we kind of made that style of music, so they thought who better to ask to make a beat out of it.
Yeah, it's got cool jazzy neo loops, it's got one shots and loads of loops varying from just like piano or, you know, whole section with loads of weird and wonderful stuff going on. So that's really cool. And we often negate loops, so we don't really use them that much, or like maybe drum loops and stuff. But honestly, we had a really good time with this because it is a solid pack. We'll tell you more about it at the end. So here is the Gramophone pack by Studio Sounds. We'll just quickly show you a couple of cool little loops. So this is how we started. They've got some nice E-piano licks, which are kind of just like chords. Loops, which are just kind of loops with everything. Neo soul loops, which are kind of E-piano loops. And then one shots and various loops, all just kind of miscellaneous. So but we went into the neo soul loops, stuff like this. And it's really great that it tells you what exactly is being played. So the one we went with in the end is this. So we dragged it into Logic and basically just cut out some of the lows. We knew we kind of wanted for a nice little intro bit. The same loop, so it's the same thing, but it's just got isotope vinyl on it, giving it some warp depth and filtering it a bit, so you can hear the difference here.
Okay, so once we'd chosen that sample, we decided to keep going with the instruments, and I decided to pick up the geats and jam on it, see what I could come up with, and yeah. Okay guys, so as you can hear there's two guitar kind of melodies. One is the lower one, one's the higher one. And the main idea was that I kind of wanted a lot of delay on it, so Greg whacked on these plugins right here that are doing the delay. So it's this blue echo that's giving it the initial delay, and then stereo delay right at the end of the chain. Those plugins are on both the low and high. And then we've whacked an amp and a channel EQ just to take out any unwanted frequencies. And then we've panned the low and high different sides of the stereo spectrum. So yeah, that's what gives it the effect that you heard.
Next up is drums. So obviously a pretty important thing there was sample choice. So these are, as usual, samples brought into Battery. So these are all kind of lo-fi-y drums to go with the sound of the sample. And, you know, it's all about just getting that slightly offbeat, real head nodding movement. We also dragged in just a couple of drum loops, panned them left and right, kind of cut out a lot of the lows. And that just really helps to fill out a drum beat. So these are what they sound like alone. Hopefully you could hear that because that's quite quiet, but this is what they sound like with the whole drum loop. Just notice how much they fill out the drum pattern. We'll start without and then we'll add them in.
Okay, so next up we needed a bass line.
Luckily enough, I just bought myself a bass. In terms of processing, there's not actually much on here. I just tried to get the cleanest sound I could. It's not even going through a bass amp actually. We just got a bit of compression, an EQ, transient shaper, and a sidechain compressor.
Right, so once we had the bass line down, we wanted to add another melodic element. We wanted to kind of counteract the delay of the guitar, if that makes sense. So we whacked out a little mellotron and did some key stuff.
As you can kind of tell, this has a very similar delay to the guitars, and it's also got a nice pancake, so it's panning it side to side. And yeah, it's just a good little counter melody which fits really well with the guitars but isn't exactly the same. We also added in a couple of different sounds doing that same MIDI pattern. So we've got this cool mallet sound and this cool xylophone. Altogether, they sound like this.
Okay, so final melodic element of this beat. We wanted to add some more chords to the actual kind of piano keys element, the main kind of core of the whole beat. So we drew in some chords through the Lounge Lizard. We drew in the chords, so we went to the sample pack, checked what kind of chords the sample was playing.
Which is G minor,
G minor 9, D minor 9, G minor 9, C minor 9. So what we did is we literally went into piano roll and drew in a G chord and then added a ninth and then went on from there.
And then I just kind of stretched out a little bit, added in a few little extra flourishes, and this is what we got. So at this point, we had a pretty cool beat. What we did, we went back to the sample pack, we went to the one-shots section, and we literally just typed in G minor, or D minor, or C minor, any of the chords that were in our chord progression. So these are all the samples that we came up with in the end.
Okay, so final few words about the arrangement of the beat. So we've got, as you can hear, the intro, the main chorus, and then we've got this breakdown at the end. So the breakdown, all we did was switch the hi-hats, so the groove is a little bit different in the hi-hats. We've got the intro sample that's gone back to being vinyled, and then we've got the Rhodes chords that are being pitched up an octave.
Yeah.
So there's just and there's no guitars.
This is what this section sounds like.
Alright guys, so that was our beat. So we made that again using the gramophone sample pack.
Yes, if you guys enjoyed that video, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us. Turn on that notifications button so you know when we post a video. And if you guys want that pack, it should be out right now. The link will be in the description. So go check it out. It's super awesome, and have fun making.
Have fun making.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right.